Today in the Crevice Garden we have snow, which is really great. You would expect snow in a high alpine mountain garden, but you might not expect to find this little plant. This is a cactus. How is this cactus surviving here in the winter in the snow? We normally think of cactus right in really hot, dry areas, but they can be found in subtropics, in tropical areas. They are epiphytes in rainforests and cloud forests. They're almost exclusively found in the New World in the Americas. But this one has a pretty cool adaptations to be able to make it in the snow. So it's not really growing, it's more like in hibernation in the winter here. It does a little bit of the same stuff that a deciduous plant does, which are in the fall, those are the trees that lose their leaves. All plants have cells, and they don't fit like spaced right next to each other. There's some area in between. That in between area is called the autoplast. Inside the cell is an organelle that's called the vacuole. That's where most of the water is. In the fall, the cactus recognizes it's getting colder and the days are shorter, so the vacuole starts taking the water out and putting it into the autoplast. Two really great things happen there. One, because there's not as much water in the cell now, the sugars and starches in there are more concentrated. She makes her own autofreeze. Then the water is now in the autoplast, and when water freezes, turns to ice, it expands. Well, that's safer in the autoplast because there's more area in there. If the water were to turn to ice inside the cell, it could burst the cell wall, which would kill it. But now that climate change is happening, we have a couple problems. As you can see, we already have some water here, which means that the snow is not as insulating, which is what it ought to be doing, but since it's melting, it could melt down into the roots, and the roots are not absorbing water because the plant is basically like in shutdown mode. So you get root rot, and you could also get frozen roots. Frozen roots, dead plant. What's the stewardship thing for today? Well, we can't adapt the way that the plants do, but we can put on more clothes. So if you're inside, instead of going straight to the thermostat, put on another sweater, put on a hat indoors, it's okay. Put on a heavier blanket in the nighttime so that you can sleep a little bit cooler. That will really help decrease the amount of energy and electricity that you have to use to stay warm. So let's snuggle up, it's winter. Cactuses say thank you.